Well, here it is. Garage is an absolute mess right now. Haven't really done much of anything in here since I pulled the engine. So, garage, significantly cleaner. Feel much better about it. It's been a mess past few weeks because I haven't really spent any time in here. Because I'll be honest with you guys, it's pretty depressing because every time you walk into this garage, you see this thing, which, yeah. Car is pretty much done for. I'll get into a few details here as to why I think the car is totaled, but long story short, it's just gonna cost too much money to fix it when I can actually spend that money on something new, build a better car from scratch, build a significantly better cage to where if I end up in a similar situation like I did with this car, the car won't completely buckle like it has. So that is the general direction, is to basically take all the parts off of this car and then transfer it onto a new shell. I'm sure a lot of you kind of already figured out what the shell is gonna be because it's a car I've been wanting to build for so long. Also, as you guys can probably tell, I'm gonna try out this whole vlogging thing. So I kind of dabbled with it last year with the hybrid guys. There was a few events where I kind of did it all by myself. And honestly, it's pretty fun. The recording is pretty fun, but I am dreading the editing, which I think is gonna take a lot of my time, especially since I'm new to this. The software side of it is pretty intimidating, but I'm gonna give it my best shot because a lot of you guys have been begging for it, and I've kind of hinted that maybe I'll do it, and two, it's an opportunity to learn something new. So this car has taught me a lot mechanically and, you know, on the racecraft side of things. So I figured, you know, kind of take this opportunity to have it teach me one more thing, which is, you know, editing, you know, doing videos, YouTube, stuff like that. Because there is going to be a lot of stuff going on with the new shell, just want to kind of bring you guys along with it. Enough of me babbling. Let's get into details as to what happened with the car, what got damaged, and why it's not really worth it to fix it and continue the legacy. Huge kink right here. So this whole thing kind of kinked in, and then the biggest problem, which is why I think this car isn't really ideal to be fixed, this whole frame rail pushed in to this firewall. So you can see right here how this is all bent and kinked right here. So this part here, this used to be vertical. So you can see just how much this whole section was pushed in. You kind of look at it from the top, how the bottom is pushed in, which means all of this stuff back here is compromised. You can kind of see right here how all of this just pushed the firewall back, which is the biggest bummer because I got a couple quotes from a few frame guys, and because the firewall is damaged, it's hard to re-weld new frame rails because you don't really know where the ideal position is. So they would have to essentially pull this out and hope that the frame rail and the floor, which is also bent, kind of returns to its original position, and then re-weld frame rails onto this car. So because of that, it's hard to figure out if it's actually going to be correct when it's all done. But yeah, it's so badly damaged that some of the guys that are experts don't really feel like this should be repaired. It could be if you pay enough money. But yeah, that's the problem. Because this whole frame rail bent, the subframe's probably all tweaked. I mean, you can even see it in the gearbox. It kind of split apart. This top engine mount you can see is bent. Basically every engine mount bent, which honestly I think is a good thing because the mount's bent, which means that the engine is hopefully okay. Haven't really checked it out yet, but I'm hoping that's at least salvageable. It was a dumb mistake that cost the entire car. Here you can kind of see this frame rail dug into the water pump as well right there. The radiator buried itself into the alternator, which you can see took a little bit of an impact right here, as well as the thermostat housing. Other than that, I think the engine is going to be okay, so fingers crossed. This right here cracked a little bit, which kind of tells me this upper shock tower is compromised as well. This whole frame rail, like I said before, is bent out, so you'd have to fix both of them. Shocks, obviously, seized up. As you can see, the Fortunatos definitely got bent right here badly. And also this canister, you can't really see, but it got separated and it leaked out all of its fluid. So that shock is pretty much toast. My brake line here got bent. I mean, look how bad this whole shock tower area is. This whole thing folded itself over. Maybe my upper control arms are okay. I don't really know yet. But, I mean, look how bad this kinked. I know this car had a significant impact in the front because this whole frame here was bent. So I'm wondering if they repaired more than I thought, which probably compromised the whole integrity of this frame rail, which is why this car kinked in so badly. Yeah, bent here. As you can see, the floor is definitely bent. Yeah, subframe's probably completely toast. Yeah. So anyway, that's the reason why I'm gonna elect to not fix this car, is because the firewall is so badly damaged. You can even see my ABS pump is bent out of shape because of the floor. And it's hard to tell any damage from in here, but the floor definitely right here, you can see this used to be flat all the way back. And it's splitting right there. So yeah, that's it. Kind of sad. That's what happens in racing. When you go out and race club racing, it's almost expected that you're gonna wreck a car. You know, it's not if, it's usually when. Honestly, I got pretty lucky at Gingerman, the event before this, when the brakes almost went out and I went spinning almost into a wall. That should have honestly been the end of this car, but I got lucky to make it out of that one. And then I just paid for it in the next event. The incident itself, I might post a video of what happened, but I have not looked at my own in-car yet, and I don't think I ever will. So don't really expect to see it, just because, I don't know, I'm not necessarily happy about the decision I made. And to me, there's really no point in dwelling on it, but I will share a video of the car ahead of me that I was trying to avoid. He had a pretty cool rear cam footage, so maybe I'll insert that right here. My own in-car, I don't know, I don't want to watch it, I don't want to share it, so probably never see that. Probably just delete those videos, because I don't know. So this will be episode 1 of the vlog, I guess. Bear with me because I am new to this. The editing is gonna be difficult, and just taking the videos in the shop and trying to capture everything on camera in an enjoyable way, it's not gonna be easy. So the first few episodes might be kind of rough, but hopefully I'll figure it out, because there's a lot of content coming this winter and probably most of next year with the new build, and I kind of want to share the entire process with you guys. And anyway, like, subscribe, do the usual YouTube bullshit. And yeah, hopefully, we'll be racing next year. We'll see. A lot of work.